what happened against the Orlando Magic. I'm going to break down what happened in this picture right here, which actually ended up getting Goga ejected, which I thought was kind of hilarious because he was running his mouth saying, "Bye, Porzingis," when the ejection happened. And it was actually on himself. Anyways, we're going to break that down, but we're also going to talk about what the Boston Celtics look like without Jayson Tatum. On the back half of the show, it turns out Kristaps Porzingis might not be where we want him to be just yet in his rehab. So we're going to break that down here. You guys are going to want to stick around. Before we jump into that, I have a quick question for you. This could really go either way. Obviously, you have an MVP contender on your team, but do you think the Boston Celtics need Jayson Tatum to win games? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know in the comment section down below. Is he the missing piece to going back-to-back for Boston? Because obviously, the Orlando Magic is a good team. They're the fourth seed in the NBA Eastern Conference. This is not the Washington Wizards or the Detroit Pistons or, God help them, the New Orleans Pelicans. They're a good team, and they're claiming themselves to be dogs. You got Cole Anthony, you got Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs, who's getting very feisty in yesterday's game. But nonetheless, it shouldn't have ended up with this score. Why? Because Boston had a 15-point lead at halftime, came out very slow, which we've seen happen before. No Jayson Tatum. He was a healthy scratch 24 seconds before tip-off, mind you. And then Boston just could not come back from the deficit. So tension got a little bit high, and, well, Kristaps Porzingis got into an altercation with Jalen Suggs and Goga. So here's what Porzingis had to say about that typical situation that you can see when game gets a little bit hostile. Nothing. Just competing. Started talking a little bit. We went face-to-face, and then we just kept on talking, and Goga came from the side and kind of shoved me, and, of course, I reacted to that. Just normal NBA action. I think we forget they used to genuinely punch people in the face on the court, and now we're talking about a shove. Anyways, nothing serious, just competing. It's good that nobody got thrown out from our side, and we just kept playing. Suck it, Goga. Porzingis stayed in the ballgame, but he did get a technical foul, and then Jalen Suggs got a technical foul. Here's my thing. I love scraps, honestly. I love in-game scraps. I really do, when nobody gets injured or anything like that. Because it shows passion. It shows that you are so frustrated, you are so willing to win this ball game that you will go face-to-face with the opponent. Tensions get high. Dennis Rodman used to smack a bitch in the game. That's okay. I'm not worried about that at all, and neither should you. What I am worried about is the final score. I'm worried about their performance without Jayson Tatum. It was bleak. It was a game you should have won without Jayson Tatum. And I know there was you had to kind of adjust really quick because Jayson Tatum was ruled out with a sickness. He was in the starting lineup 45 minutes before tip-off, and then boom, he was ruled out. But there were so many categories that were just failing the Boston Celtics against the Magic, a team that was obviously going to take a chance at beating the reigning NBA champions. They shot 45% from the field. 25% from the three-point line. Unfortunately, it was another game where they were just chucking it up just to put something up in the basket, and I don't like that type of Celtics basketball. Rebounds, 41. The Orlando Magic had 42. Keep in mind, the rebound on average for the Boston Celtics is 45 rebounds a game, so they're 4 shy of their average this season. A season-low mark in assists. 13 assists. You had 13 steals in this ball game. You should not have the same amount of assists. And then turnovers, 19. The only thing I'm okay with is because the Magic had 20 turnovers in this game. But 19 is disgusting. There is no way you can win a ball game with 19 turnovers, unless maybe your team has 20. Nonetheless, I have a question here for you guys before I jump into why I think Jayson Tatum can or cannot make the difference here for the Boston Celtics moving forward. But when Tatum does get ruled out, and I know there was, some last-minute illness that Tatum was dealing with, who needs to step up? Jaylen Brown dropped 35 points. Is it Porzingis, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Al Horford? Let me know in the comment section down below. You guys are going to get hit with a YouTube ad break. Sit through it. Comment down below. When you don't have a Jayson Tatum on your team, you lacked a floor general. And that is what I noticed in the Boston Celtics versus Magic game. It just seemed like the offense wasn't running as seamless as it does when you've got a guy like Tatum telling him to cut. doing a no-look outlet pass, driving down low, taking away double defenders from a guy like Jaylen Brown, from a guy like Jrue Holiday. You were just lacking that little extra oomph that does push the Boston Celtics to be the best team in the NBA. Obviously, you're also missing 28 points a game from Tatum. You're missing your leading rebounder per game from Tatum. And I'll be honest, I didn't see that energy. I didn't see that emotion that I've been seeing from Tatum. Yeah, okay, a little bit like Luka Doncic recently when he's just complaining more to the refs than he is to the opponent. But it produces. Jayson Tatum is the clear-cut leader of this team. He leads the team in points with nearly 30 a game, rebounds nearly 10 a game. He's got assists with 4.7. He's got three-pointers made with 4 a game. He's playing the most minutes of any Boston Celtic. And if you want to throw another stat out there, he's second in steals. And right now it's 1.2 when Jaylen Brown's 1.3. Jayson Tatum is leading the Boston Celtics. But with having the quote-unquote best roster in the NBA, I would expect somebody else to come in here and think Tatum's out. I got to step up tonight. I got to have those numbers that Tatum produces night in and night out. I don't care if it's Pritchard. I don't care if it's Jaylen Brown. But the reason why Boston is so reliant on Jayson Tatum is because he's never, ever, ever out. Knock on wood. This was a very rare healthy scratch for Jayson Tatum. He doesn't even sit when it's just a bad game and he doesn't want to play. LeBron James. Jayson Tatum plays every single game. So obviously the guy is sick. No flu game from Tatum. So it's okay to be a little bit dependent on Jayson, but pending anything that happens down the road, Boston needs to learn how to step up and take care of the rock when Tatum is not playing. He cannot be your only superstar. That's what makes the Celtics so great, is because of how many offensive and defensive weapons they have outside of Tatum. But to make you feel a little bit better, yes, the Boston Celtics can win without Jayson Tatum. They beat the Pistons a few weeks ago, 123-99 without Tatum. It is doable. But if you play the way you did against the Magic, a season low in assists, not even hitting your team average of 45 rebounds a game, shooting 25% from the three-point line, you'll lose every game, with or without Tatum, with those stats, to be honest. But you lost by 4, which shows me you have enough dogs in your roster to win games without Jayson Tatum. It just, makes it a little bit easier when Tatum plays. But we also do know that Kristaps Porzingis hasn't been feeling like himself since he has returned. So I'll break down Porzingis injury news in just a moment. Before that, now is the time to test out your skills on the #1 daily fantasy sports app, PrizePicks. I play PrizePicks every single game day, and if you guys haven't, what are you doing? Because right now, all you guys have to do is just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash all season long. Join now because this holiday season, PrizePicks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Picksmas. Not to mention, you can make your holidays bigger and brighter, and they now offer MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. PrizePicks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including Cali, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. So if you guys want to go on ahead and test out your skills, they have a phenomenal deal going on right now. Not to mention, there are several games going on this week, even though it is the holidays. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to open my presents. I'm going to have a cookie or 2, thanks Santa, and then I'm going to go on ahead and play PrizePicks. Turn on some football. I love football on every holiday. I love football every Sunday. So I've got C.J. Stroud with a nice little goblin pick. Easy pick, but it doesn't pay as much. Then I have Lamar Jackson have more than 260.5 passing yards, and Mark Andrews, the touchdown machine, all of a sudden. He'll have more than 1 rushing and receiving touchdown. That's a demon pick, hard pick, but if it hits, its payout is a lot more. Go ahead and get started today. Download the app. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game. Another facet to the Boston Celtics loss against the Magic. Porzingis had 4 points in this ball game. Technically, he had 17, but he had 13 made free throws. You had 13 free points, which means you mustered up 4 points That is disgusting. Not to mention coming off a phenomenal game against the Bulls just 2 days prior with 22 points, 7 boards, 2 blocks, and he looked great from the field, making 8 for 15 of his shots. But this honestly was the first game that I really saw Porzingis looking like a mirror image of his old self before his injury. And then, I kind of sat back and I realized Porzingis just isn't there yet. And I think that's what happened in the Orlando Magic game. Porzingis, after the Bulls game, said, honestly, I'm still getting there. I want to feel a little bit better. I know I'm playing a little bit better, but my percentage is not perfect. Not feeling my shot perfectly. And I know I can play much better than this. I just feel like I need to save just a little bit of energy. But overall, I'm getting there. And once I get there, you'll know, and I'll let you know. Instant chills down my spine. I'm picturing game 1 of the NBA Finals, that Dallas Mavericks performance. Nonetheless. But he did log a season-high 37 minutes against the Magic, which was the game after his performance against the Chicago Bulls. KP doesn't ever play 37 minutes. That's Joe Mazzulla's gift in this Boston Celtics gift. They have enough resources where KP doesn't have to play 37 minutes. So with Jayson Tatum being out, Porzingis played his best. He tried his best. He's not 100% yet. The man had surgery 5 months ago, 6 months ago, whatever. It's been a while, and it still is going to be a while. But while KP has been back, there is that lack of explosiveness from his game, especially at all 3 levels. His 3-point shot's not really falling, but he also wasn't able to take those shots in the offseason because he's recovering that leg. So he worked on his upper body. Then you go down low. Yeah, he's still grabbing rebounds. He's still dunking. He still looks good, but you're lacking that little extra from Porzingis. And it's okay that it's not back right now. He wasn't even technically supposed to be back right now. Tomorrow's game was the first game Porzingis was supposed to be back. So nonetheless, he's going to continue to get better, but it is different. We're going to have to keep an eye on it moving forward. My question to you guys is, will KP ever be 100% this season? Go ahead and let me know by spamming 8 in the comment section if you want him healthy. And as always, if you guys want the latest injury news and rumors about the Boston Celtics, I've got it right here on Celtics Today by Chat Sports. Just subscribe.